In 2025, Huawei reclaimed the #1 position in China's smartphone market after 5 years. The company sold 46.8 million smartphones, beating both Apple and Vivo in one of the world's most competitive markets. But just a few years earlier, many experts believed Huawei's smartphone business was finished. In 2019, the United States placed Huawei on its entity list, cutting the company off from Google services and advanced semiconductor technology. A global smartphone giant suddenly lost access to the very technologies it depended on. Yet instead of disappearing, Huawei rebuilt its future from the ground up. It brought back its Kirin processors, launched HarmonyOS, created its own app ecosystem, and staged one of the most remarkable comebacks in the history of the technology industry. So, how did Huawei survive one of the toughest technology bans ever imposed? Let's find out. Before the sanctions, Huawei was already one of the world's leading technology companies. It designed smartphones, developed Kirin processors through high silicon, and built telecommunications equipment used across the globe. However, several critical parts of its supply chain still depended on foreign technology. Everything changed in 2019. Huawei's new smartphones lost access to Google Play, Gmail, YouTube, Google Maps, and other essential Google services. Then, in 2020, the United States expanded its export restrictions, making it extremely difficult for Huawei to manufacture advanced chips. Chip production is one of the most complex manufacturing processes on Earth. Building a modern processor requires hundreds of highly precise steps and some of the world's most advanced manufacturing equipment. Without access to cutting-edge EUV lithography machines, Huawei and China's largest chipmaker, SMIC, had to rely on older DUV technology. That meant slower production, higher costs, and lower manufacturing efficiency. Even so, Huawei refused to give up. In 2023, the company surprised the industry by launching the Mate 60 Pro, powered by the Kirin 9000S, a 5G processor designed by HiSilicon and manufactured by SMIC. Later came the Kirin 9010 and Kirin 9020, each improving performance while making better use of China's available manufacturing technology. But hardware alone wasn't enough. Huawei also needed complete control over its software. That's why it developed HarmonyOS, its own operating system. Over time, HarmonyOS evolved from supporting Android apps to becoming a fully native platform with its own programming tools, development environment, and software ecosystem. At the same time, Huawei invested heavily in App Gallery, encouraging developers to build native applications. Banking, payments, transportation, shopping, entertainment, and thousands of other services gradually joined the platform. Within a few years, Huawei had built an ecosystem with more than 350,000 apps and services. Those investments paid off. By 2025, Huawei had returned to the top of China's smartphone market, proving that the company could survive and even grow despite years of intense technological pressure.